Hello, everybody. Too much fun in this sector. So we've got all-time highs in Bitcoin and Ethereum. We've got Litecoin dragging behind, and it's hard to imagine people putting money into Litecoin when these blue sky breakouts are going on, and there's so much upside movement in these other names. And we're going to point out something on the daily time frame as to why that is occurring, and we'll look at that in just a moment. One thing that I want to establish, actually I'll wait till we get to Ethereum, but here on Bitcoin, well, we could see it on Bitcoin as well. I'm anticipating a sell the news reaction. So I've seen this happen. I've been trading for 7 years. I've been trading the marijuana sector. This is the most comparison that I can make to the marijuana sector, just due to the hype and how it's a new sector and everybody's all excited and emotions are running wild. So time and time again on votes with states approving marijuana and on other news events, we see sell the news reactions. Now, why do sell the news reactions happen in the market? It's because the dates of events are known. We know when the votes are coming. We know the polling results that are letting us know what's going to pass and fail. And then those results come and everybody looks to sell. We saw LTC and SegWit do the exact same thing. We saw a huge run up into the news. Everybody knew the day that SegWit was going to occur. And then we saw a dump once that happened. So you have to understand the market sentiment here. We are not smarter than the market. We're getting in before the conference, as is everybody else. And we're not saying, oh, I'm going to get in before the news and then it's going to shoot up on news. No, no, no. Everybody is getting in for the news and it's being priced in. Right now, this BTC and ETH move is the news from the conference that might come out being priced in. The only news that would come out that would have me change my sell the news sentiment is going to be an ETF listing. And I don't expect that. It's possible, but I personally don't expect it. So I am planning on selling the news after this incredible run up. And I will likely sell the news either Sunday night or Monday. It all depends on the action in the shorter term. I've still been flipping ETH, and I'll go over a couple flips that I did this morning and this afternoon, ending up pretty much break even. I had one success and one fail, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. But my reaction to sell the news, if you look at the history of this YouTube channel, I've been putting out these videos. I put out MJ videos for the US marijuana votes and for the Canadian sector, two completely different events, months apart. Both videos I said there's going to be a sell the news reaction. This is not me, toting my ego and saying, look at me, I'm right. This is me saying this is what the market does. This is how it reacts to news events. And I've got all kinds of hate messages when I put these videos out because everybody says, no, what are you doing? I've gotten the craziest messages saying that what I'm doing is criminal, trying to scare people, and I've got private investigators tailing me. So, and then it ends up playing out exactly like I say it will in the video because I've seen this happen a half dozen times in the past 7 years. It doesn't matter what the market is. It doesn't matter any of that because all of it is boiling down to human emotion, and that is what these charts are showing us. So that's just my mindset here. I anticipate a 15-20% drop once we get the sell the news reaction on this conference, and we'll have to see how it plays out. And again, I'm going to be selling my position. Really nice gains to be had there. And worst case scenario, if I'm wrong, I'll come on here and say, look at me, I'm wrong. So here on Bitcoin, really nice pattern playing out. And guess what kind of pattern? Equilibrium, our high, our all-time high, low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, bull break. The very clear bull break occurred at 1829. If you wanted to be more cautious, you're waiting for the new all-time high at 1889. As soon as you hit blue sky breakout, you see money pour into these names because traders know that with a lack of resistance, these blue sky breakout moves see big time moves to the upside, and ETH is a shining star today showing us that. But let's look at the hourly time frame here on Bitcoin, seeing this more consolidated pattern or more clearly. So here we have, let's try this Alt-H. Thanks for the suggestions. There we go. So we've got our all-time high. We've got our low of the pullback. We've got our lower high, higher low, and then right there is our bull break. And I think I did a video when we were right there, and I highlighted that bull break that occurred. And then we see the little consolidation, and then bulls are ready to rip, and we see new all-time highs. So we're a bit extended to the upside. We still have higher lows and higher highs. So looking at the shorter-term patterns, nice break on ETH while I'm talking here, up in the 116s. So the higher low pattern, I'm looking at support to maintain the strongest. 1950 wants to hold. This is a key level right there. 1930, 65. If we break that, then we will start to see some consolidation. But consolidation can play out just like it did here. It played out for over a day, just slow and steady, healthy consolidation, no big bear volume, and then the bull showed up and saw continuation to the upside. So there's all kinds of support levels to be looking at and very little resistance levels. We're looking at psychological, nice round numbers, 1970, 1980, up to 2000, and the bulls are in full control. ETH, look at that daily chart. That is just a thing of perfection. So The bulls held a higher low down here. Support was 82.20. We bounced off of 82.50 on the dump day 2 days ago. Bullish reversal candlestick, confirmation, explosion to the upside, blue sky breakout. And it's been really fun. We've been hanging out in the chat room all night watching this move. And the great thing about it is I'd say about a dozen people, a dozen of our members of stock traders who had never traded cryptocurrency before got in yesterday for this move, and they are certainly enjoying big time gains to the upside. So it's really fun to see that play out this way. So on the hourly time frame, the trend changed where we had lower highs and lower lows. So here's the dump down at the low of yesterday, quick gains there, but then we formed a break of the lower high pattern, higher low, and then the higher high, and then from there, bulls were taking off, and we were just looking towards all-time high. I was saying in the chat room that I think we're going to hit all-time high this weekend. It happened faster than anticipated, and we've just been enjoying this ride to the upside, and we're establishing support on the way up. We're consolidating and forming higher lows. Right now, we're testing the all-time high again. We're looking at 120 psychological resistance, but support here is 102.25. We just formed a higher low of support before the bulls showed back up at 109.04, and now we're looking at 113 on the shorter term time frames just held as support. I was watching this 5-minute time frame on ETH, and this was a very clear pattern where we had our all-time high resistance right up there, and it was an ascending triangle pattern. Look at this uptrend. Look at how tight we got. Tighter, 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 bull break, new all-time high, strong continuation. So we were just watching this 5-minute pattern, and the trades that I did this morning, I was fortunate enough to get out at the double top here, and I exited right at that high. I got out in the 113.90s with the high being 113.98. I reloaded down in the 111s, so that was a successful trade. I reloaded with profit. I was able to get an extra 7 ETH, but then I tried that again here at this double top. We had a double top again, and I sold. And I said to myself, okay, I'm going to reload if we drop, but if I saw a wall of resistance on the ask at 115. So getting out around the upper 113s, and then I said to myself, okay, if I see the bulls with momentum, I'm going to buy the last chunk of the wall at 115. So we have a wall of resistance at 115 of 2,000 ETH. It's getting chipped away, chipped away, chipped away. I'm sitting there with my market order filled out, and I'm waiting till there's a certain number left on the ask, and then I'm smashing that ask and adding to the bull momentum, and we instantly see, you know, $1.50 move to the upside, and I'm in and right into that momentum and instantly profitable on that trade. Now, I left some profit on the table because we didn't get that bear break. I wanted to protect against it, but all in all, considering where I woke up this morning, I have +1 ETH, so obviously nothing to write home about, but better than nothing. So I have been trading this sector actively. I've been trading LTC a lot actively and just adding to my positions, and I was able to increase my account about 33% in the past 2 weeks, just getting ready for this ETH move and then putting it all into ETH in the mid $90 range and enjoying this nice move to the upside as we test 117 psychological resistance right now with a lot of bull volume coming in. LTC, so the difference between these two names, Bitcoin and ETH, why we are at all-time highs and LTC is not. First of all, look at the pullback from the sell the news reaction to SegWit. 38.91. 2 days later, we're down at 25. We gave back very, very significant profit and had a lot of reload opportunity. I anticipate the same thing to happen with ETH once we hit a top here in this run, and I do believe the conference will be a sell the news reaction. So what is the difference here? We have lower highs and lower lows on the daily. That has not broken. The lower high last bounce attempt was 30.60. The lower high on this bounce attempt is 29.41. We have an inside bar on the daily time frame to be watching. If the bulls break bullish, we're looking at 30.60. If the bulls break 30.60, then we're looking back up towards the all-time high. But it is a different setup. BTC and ETH never broke lower lows. So after their all-time high, they established a low and then never broke that level. But LTC did with a lower high and a lower low. So it is a different setup for the charts, and we are seeing it act as a laggard, so to speak. It's not participating in this really strong bull move, and money is just pouring into ETH here. And I believe last night I saw $400,000 hit the ask in 4 minutes. Then I saw over $1 million hit the ask in about 10 minutes. So there's big money coming in here on ETH. And again, they know that the lack of resistance makes it really easy to make 20% moves. So where do we stand on ETH on the hourly time frame? anticipating higher lows and higher highs to continue. And if that changes, I will exit my position and take a step back and wait for consolidation. But the daily time frame is just on absolute fire, and oversold, overbought conditions, the RSI indicators, they don't mean as much when you're in blue sky breakout land, and that's due to the lack of resistance. I'm going to be watching volume very closely. If I start to see volume drop off, that's another indication that the bulls are tiring, but we just hit an increase in bull volume this previous hourly candlestick, and we're trying to see continuation to new all-time highs. Battling 117 right now. We've got about, let's say, just under 200,000 shares in the low 17, or $200,000 in the low 117s to see this move continue. So a lot of fun trading this sector, and a lot of fun in the chat room going over things, pointing out patterns, all the people that are coming in, checking out the free week trial. And that's that. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will be checking in consistently with this potential sell the news reaction. And again, if I'm wrong, I will raise my hand and say, look at me, I was dead wrong. But I don't believe I will be. And I'm also not going to be the guy that says, haha, told you so. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you sometime later this weekend.